Good morning everyone. I welcome you all for my video lecture on the subject Problem Solving and Python Programming. I am N. Jagadishwari, Assistant Professor of CSC Department, Thandai Periyar Government Institute of Technology, Vellore. In this video lecture, I am going to handle data, expression and statements available in Python. Python began its implementation in the year December 1989 by Guido van Rossum. Python is an interpreted language. That means the statements available in Python can be executed one by one. It is an object-oriented language also. Similar to C++, Java, Python is also object-oriented language. It is a high-level programming language with dynamic semantics. So far, different versions of Python were released. Now we are using Python 3.6, which was released during December 23, 2016. These are the Python features. Python is easy to learn. Python is easy to understand. That is, the programs written in Python are easily understood by the programmers. And it is easy to maintain. And we have wide variety of standard library. Python operates in interactive mode. Python is portable, that is, program written in one system can be executed in some other system also. Python is also extendable. Python programs can be connected with databases. Python supports GUI programming and Python programs are scalable also. Apart from these basic features, it is also having some other salient features. First, it supports functional and structural programming methods as well as OOPs, which is similar to C++ and Java. It can be used as a scripting language also. And Python can be compiled to bytecode for building large applications. It provides high-level dynamic data types and supports dynamic data type picking. It can be easily integrated with other programming languages like C, C++, COM, ActiveX, Corba and Java. Python identifier. An identifier is a name given to a variable, an array name, a function name, a class name or any other module name or any other object. So, a Python identifier is a name used to identify a variable, function or a class or a module or object. So usually an identifier must start with an alphabet, that is capital A to Z or small a to Z, provided an underscore is applied in between the letters. And also digits can also be included from 0 to 9. Python does not allow punctuation characters such as special symbols at, dollar and percentage within identifiers. Python is a case-sensitive programming language also because it has the differentiation between uppercase alphabets as well as lowercase alphabets. Thus, the term wonderful here, there is no capital sign or uppercase letter available, and in this wonderful, the first letter is an uppercase alphabet. So these two strings are two different identifiers in Python. And naming conventions in Python, I have given the examples. Usually the class names starts with an uppercase letter. All other identifiers start with a lowercase letter. For example, here employee is the class name. Here employee E starts with the class name and ID, salary, address are the variable specified. And starting an identifier with a single leading underscore indicates that the identifier is a private member. Example, underscore ID, this represents it is a private identifier. Next, Python keywords. Keywords are nothing but reserved words that has a specific meaning that cannot be used for some other purpose. So, reserved words cannot be used for any other identifier names or constants. All Python keywords contain lowercase letters only. Here are the keywords used in Python. So, and, for, raise, del, lambda, yield, in, while, if, elif, print, class, import. So these are the keywords or the reserved words used in Python. Next, lines and indentation. Python does not use braces to indicate blocks of code for class and function definitions or flow control. So in C or C++ or in Java, we use to represent braces to indicate the blocks of code, or we use to indicate the classes with the help of braces. So, but here Python, it does not support braces to indicate the blocks of code. Instead of that, we will make use of line indentation, which is a mandatory one. For example, you see here, if followed by the condition true, so afterwards you have to specify some indentation here, then statement to be executed should be given after that. Similar way, after else also, you have to specify some indentation, that is 4 spaces. Afterwards, you have to give the statement print false, that is the statement to be executed. So, indentation is a compulsory one as in the case of Python. Next, multi-line statements. So, usually a statement is a single line statement, but we can also write multi-line statement in Python also. So, statements are nothing but the instructions written in a programming language. So, statements in Python, they are typically end with a new line. But however, we can use a line continuation character, that is a single backslash character, to denote that the line should continue. Here you can see an example. So, total equal to, we can add item 1, which is the variable, plus. So, this is incomplete. That means it should come to the next line. It should come to the next line and add the next variable item 2, plus it should come to the next line and item 3. So likewise, we can give multi-line statements. Even though it comes in multi-line, it is considered as a single statement. Next, quotation in Python. So Python accepts single quotation, double quotation, and also in triple quotation. So this triple quotation may be 3 single quotation marks or 3 double quotation quotes to denote string literals in Python. For example, you can see here, word is assigned a string word which is represented within single quotes. And sentence, this is a sentence which is given in double quotation. So if you consider paragraph, so this is a paragraph, it is made up of multi-lines and sentences. This is given in 3 quotation. So all these things are used to represent string literals in Python. Comments in Python. Comment is nothing but a string or a sentence that is ignored by the Python interpreter. So usually a hash sign is indicate the string literal. It is the beginning of a comment. So all character after that are ignored by the Python interpreter. For example, here hash first comment. So this line is ignored by the Python interpreter. The statement or any letters or any words, anything that come after hash is ignored by the Python interpreter. In this statement also, so I have given print hello Python. So this thing only will be executed by the Python interpreter and prints hello Python. And the next 2 words, second comment, is ignored by the Python interpreter since it comes after hash. Python variables. A variable is a reserved memory location to store values, and values may be numbers, text, or more complicated types. So declaration of a variable is not needed in Python. For example, here you can directly declare a equal to 10. You need not define int or float, which we are declaring as in the case of C or in some other languages. So directly we can give a equal to 10. So x equal to y plus 10 also we can give directly. Python allows assigning single value to multiple variables. For example, x, y, z equal to 10. This means we can assign 10 to x, y and z. Multiple variables can be assigned at a time. For example, x, y, z is equal to 10, 20, 30. That means 10 is assigned to x, 20 is assigned to y, 30 is assigned to z. And Python supports swapping of variables also. For example, x comma y equal to y comma x. That means the value of y is assigned to x and x value is assigned to y. Python input and output statements. So two built-in functions are available in Python to read a line of text from standard input device, that is the keyboard. So two functions are available, input and raw input is available. So input, this interprets and evaluates the input. If the user enters integer input, integer will be written. If the user enters a string, string will be written. And as in the case of raw input, it takes what is typed and passes as a string. For example, here num1 is a variable. So input of enter any number. So print you have entered number num1. So in this case, if I am entering integer value, it will return integer value. If I am entering string value, it will return the string value. As in the case of raw input, whatever is given as input, it will pass as a string. Next example, print A. This will print the value of A, and print within double quotes if we are giving have a great day. This will print as have a great day. So this print statement is used to output to the standard output device.